notice with these alleged serious journalists, they always talk about integrity, bringing you the inside scoop, all of that sort of thing. It's never about them. It's about the story. It's always about the story, never about them. And then, of course, when it comes to award seasons, you see them popping up on the red carpet, glammed up, short skirt, masses of makeup. But no, they're serious journalists, Even when they pop up on Strictly Come Dancing, like the ill-fated Susanna Reid of GMB fame, it's just them showing the fun side so that people can understand just how serious they are about being a working journalist. It didn't take long, did it, for Prince Andrew to make sure that two supposedly very good friends who'd worked together for many years over at the BBC flagship news show, Newsnight, to fall out. And apparently Prince Andrew's all at fault. He's never not at fault, is he? As ever, let me explain. It all centres upon the fact that, as we now know, both Netflix and also a BBC drama are going to be into production based on that now infamous Newsnight interview. And the two people that allegedly were the most influential people organising that interview were the freelance producer and BBC producer Sam McAllister and its front person Emily Maitlis. Now, Emily Maitlis dined out on this for weeks, didn't she? Even appearing with dash hounds or whippets, whatever you decide to call them, on the front cover of Tatler and all that designer clobber. Still a serious journalist though, so just take note of that, obviously. But on a serious note now, the two blondes, and I use that term loosely, have fallen out because they're both basically claiming that it was them that actually secured the interview. Now, I can tell you this, and I know exactly how television works. What would have happened would have been the producer, Sam McAllister, would have initiated the first calls. It would never have been, as they loosely call it, the talent, Emily Maitlis picking up a phone to try and secure an interview. Oh no, never would have happened. So that part of the story is definitely correct. Just how far down the line Sam went before she secured the interview would, of course, remain to be conjecture. It's difficult because, again, both of them were thick as thieves and fast friends, all during the lead up to that particular interview. The turning point was simply this. As Emily then picked up awards and plaudits for her work as the interviewer on the Prince Andrew interview, things turned sour because naturally Sam herself didn't feel she was being recognised for her part in getting one of the biggest scoops of the last, 5 years in TV journalism. Hence the reason she wrote a book. And then her book was optioned to be turned by Netflix into a drama, which we've told you about, with Gillian Anderson and, of course, Rufus Sewell. But what's interesting here is now they're both really falling out in the public domain. And this won't help either production because now both production companies are going to be looking and thinking, well, who is the true story? And as this story battles on, it dilutes exactly the truthfulness regarding the background to how it all came around. Now, there's only one person that could actually come forward and say, this is the true story, this is how it happened. And that would be Prince Andrew, the Duke of York. Now, he's always been a gentleman about this particular situation. Many wouldn't be, of course. And as we saw, he was more than welcoming to Emily Maitlis as he welcomed her into Buckingham Palace for the ill-fated interview. But according to Sam, it was all her pre-work prior to that, and Emily simply trotted along to do the interview on the day. There was no pre-meeting with Prince Andrew. Not only that, according to a very good source, and as ever, we have to say allegedly, Emily had months and months of chances to rehearse the questions, the poses, the looks, so they knew exactly what they were going to ask him. And this was all down to the background of Sam. As I said, either way, these two blondes have definitely split, and the only person that could actually tell the truth on this particular story and on this particular version is none other than the former royal known as the Duke of York, Prince Andrew. Could it be time now to extract revenge? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.